What was your favorite plane in the RAF?
Yeah. My two favorite planes, I think up to today, in early day, the Wellington was super bomber. But afterwards, we've been able to build much bigger, much more faster, much more superior plane, Lancaster. And I think Lancaster, Spitfire, and Hurricane, they were the planes what should be remembered for long, long time to come.
Could you tell me about the conditions aboard a Wellington?
Yeah, Wellington had same, I would say, good name because the structure of Wellington was very practicable. What it was very upstanding to certain damage to it because the aluminium structure what was built in the Wellington structure was very practicable, and I think as the war started, the Wellington will also live good history for himself. Yeah.
Could you tell me about what it was like inside a Lancaster?
Yeah. Lancaster was very maneuverable, fast plane, and had 3 gunners. Germans knew what he had quite a good defense for himself. They will always knew to attack Lancaster, it was also a risk to themselves. And Lancaster was our savior, I think, and we had confidence in him, but he always took us over the German sky, and always we've been happy when he brought us back.
And what was the first ever mission you did over Europe?
Yeah. The first mission what I made, it was the first experience what I had over the Geisenkirchen, because in our briefing we've been told what the Germans had big factories what were producing lots of military hardware in that place. That was my first bombing mission, and I had to face my my lesson, how it looked to be over enemy territory.
Can you tell me what you saw?
Yeah, I saw lots of explosion, lots of burning down below, lots of searchlights, and it was hell. I was happy when we returned over the channel. I felt it was like halfway to be home. Yeah.
When you'd come back from a bombing mission, did you ever find out how successful your mission had been?
Yes, yeah, because we had to take photo during the mission. From beginning, it was not such a demanding responsibility, but as war started to continue, we had to bring much more improvement in our missions. What we had to bring better results of our bombing, and we had to bring the photographs where we bomb and how near we've been able to bomb the targets what it was in demand. So it was very, very important what to drop whatever our mission was, to do it the most effectively in the right spot. And that's where in the end we were so proud what we been making such a great bigger direct hits in the spots what needed to be destroyed. Thanks to the new improvement in our recognition and in our new invention of bombing.
And were you ever involved in attacks on Hamburg?
No, I never. I've been on Essen, Düsseldorf, Geisenkirchen, and many others what I probably now don't remember, you see, after so many years. But we had different targets, and different targets we knew were much more heavily defended. So we always, during the briefing, we knew what targets were more difficult than the other, but they were always danger, because the Germans had very superior defense, and they always been trying to give us very hectic time over their sky, over their city, and over their land. But whatever they did, they never could close door against us. We've been always telling them whatever superiority they had in the past, but we will be still coming over their sky, over their city, and over their land, and they were not able to stop us.
And what kind of anti-aircraft guns were the Germans using?
Oh, they were bad. They were bad. They used to catch us in searchlight. And when they catch you in searchlight, you have so difficult to get out of them, you see, because they catch you from different direction. And when they catch you in, you are blind, you see, in it. So what you do whatever maneuverment you do, you turn your plane left, right, just to get out of, escape from those. And during that time, the fighters, if they are in the near area, they also see you from the distance. So they, at the same time, have terrific advantage to come and finish you off, you see, when even you escape from the searchlights, you see, they afterwards will continue their attack. A searchlight was very, once they catch you, you've been really in trouble to get out of those searchlights. And many times, you've been trying to avoid, when you saw them on the sky, you've been always trying somehow to dodge them, but not every time, you've been able to dodge them. And some targets were much more equipped with the defense of searchlights than the other. We've been usually try to avoid on going on bombing mission because we had good knowledge, different places what had bigger defense than the other places. And sometimes we've been even changing courses, our journey. So put the Germans always more uncertain of our direction of our mission, yes. Yeah.
Could you see anti-aircraft shells exploding?
Anti-aircraft?
Shells exploding.
Oh, yes. I've heard sometime we brought small sharpened holes when they explode near. Yes, many times we almost, when we came and saw the shrapnel's damage in certain parts of the plane, we were almost kissing the plane, what he was able to bring us down, and still capable to come back. And they were soon quickly repaired if the damage wasn't too serious here. Sometimes, you see, when they explode, they will touch with big force and do big damage. Sometimes smaller shrapnel explode, it will make hole, but luckily depends where it touches. You see, sometimes it make hole, but not manage to damage your fuel supply or something. You see, the plane will continue its journey, probably, yes. It depends. Sometimes they explode. When they explode in bigger, say, pieces. And such a big piece, when he hits you, it almost, you have nothing else if you have chance to bail out, or sometimes the plane is going without any chance to survive, yes. But the Germans had very strong defense because they had for so many years well-trained the people, you see, because the bombing was continued night after night. And during all those nights of experience, it gives them much capability to be such effective, yes.
And what was the procedure for when you reached the target and bombs were dropped?
You just, when you drop your bomb, you think you are half home, because it's nothing more danger when you're going on the target with full load. Because even if you are attacked by fighter during that time, you cannot do sharp maneuvering with your plane because your plane is very heavy, well loaded. So when you go to the target, is always the most dangerous journey. Once you drop over target, you just put full throttle and get far from the target as possible. And afterwards, hoping for the best, yes, to your way home.
And what did you think of the RAF leaders?
I think what our bomber Harris, the leader from the bomber command, I think he did the most recognition for succeeding such a effective bombing as he taught to us what we will be one of the most destructive weapon to make German to surrender, because from beginning the Germans had always better equipment, better, better always system, what we could not face to their superiority. But the bomber command always dictated the terms. And whatever Germans did against us, they never could stop us going over their sky, over their cities, over their other well-defended parts of the country. And bomber command, without bomber command, there would be very difficult to win the war. We did the biggest damage to their industry, to whatever defense they thrown against us. They couldn't stop us to succeed our superiority.
And what year or what years were you doing bombing raids?
1943. Yes. 43, that was sometime in in November. November. Yeah.